Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your reading. Let's get right into the reading and see what happens. What's happening for Scorpio right now, universe? What is happening for Scorpio? So, there may be this mood of overwhelming stress in your life or having to deal with a lot of things. That energy may take a turn, or you could purposefully, actively turn it by spending more time with friends and having fun. Maybe you're not having enough fun. Perhaps you're thinking too much about your future here. So you could be experiencing a lot of responsibility right now, and to take the edge off, you should definitely go see some friends, or maybe this is dating, but I'm getting that maybe you actively need to search for that switch in your life to go from overworked or watch out not to get all burnt out, you know. What else is Scorpio? Yeah, you may be super focused on your career right now, or whatever makes you money, or gives you stability in your life right now. We do have the Three of Swords, so you could be trying to distract yourself from heartbreak or any type of heartache by working a lot or focusing on the economic aspects of your life. I feel like you experience feeling blindsided by people when you're dating. Like, you feel like you are very clear with wanting stability and maybe looking for a partner that can provide you with stability in the sense both emotional, economical, physical safety. And it's kind of like you keep seeing these immature people. They may seem charming and fun-loving, and you're like, yeah, I want to have a good time, you know, like I want to be able to be my lover's best friend and let loose. But then you realize, like, oh, they're not really, there's not substance to these people. They just want to have fun. And here you are then wondering, like, what the hell happened? I thought we were talking about this, and suddenly you're like, nope, not interested, you know, like they're very swift and untrustworthy. And here we have the Star with the Page of Swords in the bottom of this deck. You're longing for this real connection. You're tired of the emotional immaturity and the lack of communication skills that you keep finding in people. You want them to be able to speak on their emotions. You want them to be able to not get so defensive too. I feel like this is someone who has a lot to learn when it comes to communication and not being so harsh or defensive, or, you know, coming in with like they don't have a clear goal, or it's like they don't know what's happening. They're just going along with it. And you're like, okay, I'm not fine with this, and they get defensive because they're not reflecting enough. They're mostly you know what I mean. Oh, sorry about that. The stripes of sun here, I hope that's fine. Anyway, yeah, here we have the Ten of Pentacles, right? The stability here. You're looking for the love of your life, your life partner, someone who will be stable with you, someone who gives and takes, like the give and take is equal, and it's like you want somewhere to feel at home but you keep being disappointed because these people never really live up to the expectations that you have, or maybe it's not even expectations, but maybe they have these fronts when you start seeing them, that they're successful or stable and ready for something serious, and then you realize like they're absolutely not. Yeah. Oh, Scorp. King of Cups and the Empress. So here's you, all emotionally mature and ready to love. And the thing with you is that you're so loving and you're so, like, you want to see the good in people. You, I know that Scorpio has this pop culture reputation for being like, oh, okay, I saw one flaw and now I run away because, like, I'm not taking that shit, you know. But Scorpios are fixed and they are water. So if they already grow some sort of attachment to someone, they are going to want to see if this person is willing to change or willing to work for something, because they are. And that's why you are this King of Cups here with the Empress, because you worked on yourself, you've been reflecting, you've been taking accountability, and now here you are, actually very powerful in the sense that you can be very analytical and emotional at the same time, and you can be understanding but still set boundaries, and you can give lots and lots of love and be strong for someone else, but it's like you never find that equal that can do the same. And here's the Eight of Cups. So either someone always leaves or you always have to leave because you realize like this is not fulfillment right now. This is just maybe attachment. Yeah. It's like, you're on a break now. We have the Seven of Swords in the bottom. You're so tired of this fakeness, the manipulative tendencies you see in people, and you're so tired of like people running away and not taking accountability or not saying how they feel or what went wrong. You're tired of, oh my god, the dog. Can you please stop barking, please? Thanks. Yeah. You've grown really tired of that. Let's see. So what can Scorpio expect in love? Oh, the blinds, that's annoying. Wait, give me a second. I can't do much about this one stripe. I hope that's fine. What can Scorpio expect in love? Here we have the Devil and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so, and the Two of Swords. So here's the thing, I guess. There could be a tendency for you to get into these codependent relationships. And by that, I mean that you could come into a relationship where you both just try to soothe, like find comfort from the other person, but you're not really in love. And that's why it always ends troublesome, because you think that you're in love, but actually you're just seeking comfort, and then you both start to like get too invested in each other's problems, and you know, it gets really because I'm thinking with the devil that is like too indulgent, so I feel like maybe you're too like getting into each other's problems too much, and we do have the 9 of Cups, so I feel like you both feel this overwhelming like tunnel vision to create happiness, and then it's like, what is happening? Like, you're blindfolded here. It's like, I don't know how to get out of this. Maybe it's a cycle for you. But what can you expect? What can Scorpio expect in love in the near future? Well, we don't want the Page of Pentacles, do we? So Page of Pentacles and the Wheel and the Wheel of Chariot and the Chariot. Yeah, in this because I don't know if you recently broke up with someone maybe, and you are in a because we have the 4 of Swords again, so I get the sense that you're in this cocoon type energy where you're like, I am not open right now to finding someone, because you don't want to go out there and keep finding these immature people that are not ready for you, Scorpio. I feel like you are getting, like you will be getting offers or people expressing that they may want to see you or flirt with you, maybe through social media or through work, but you're kind of in your own lane right now. You're here, perhaps you're manifesting or you're trying to heal here, especially with Queen of Swords here. It's like you're trying to really clear your head now, so you don't end up in these situations again where it's not measuring up to what your expectations of a relationship are. And of course, it's possible to have too high expectations in a relationship, but well, that's up to you to figure out how you feel about your own expectations, because ultimately you can't change anyone and you can't make anyone feel or do anything. You only have control over yourself, but you can still choose that if this relationship is not loving or caring or also safe, then I don't want to be in it, and that is reasonable. And so I feel like you're trying to figure out like where you've been going wrong in the past, so you can be really strong in the future and be really like clear yourself, what is going on within yourself. So very much Scorpio moment here. We have the 3 of Swords, so I feel like you may be healing from a breakup. You may be wondering what went wrong, or you know what went wrong and now you're trying to like figure out how to avoid that in the future. So for now, I guess you can expect just trying to mend this heartbreak. We have the 9 of Wands here again, so you may be feeling overwhelmed with heartbreak and feeling sorrow at the moment, and that could be why you're feeling like you have a lot on your plate. Not a lot. You may be feeling like you have a lot going on emotionally for you, and that is maybe why it would be good for you to reach out to your friends, even though you may not really feel like it. But I feel like they could lift your spirit and relieve you of some of that stress that you may be walking around with alone right now. Seven of Swords again, and then we have the World. So I'm feeling like, again, yeah, this could be a cycle of you feeling like, how is this happening? And why do I always get disappointed? Yeah, it's very much that. And here we have the Emperor. It's kind of like, why do I always end up with the people that are really selfish and they just want it their way and they never want to listen to me? And I think that is something you need to really dig deep within yourself to figure out, so that you don't have to go through this in the future, and also for yourself to live more and love more in relationships and not get so caught up in these games, so to speak. I'm not saying you're doing mind games, but I feel like we did see the devil, so it's possible that it happens on a subconscious level. It can creep in and suddenly you're like, oh, now I feel like I'm not really comfortable with speaking openly, and you start doing things that are kind of like below the surface behavior, and it's not on purpose that you're being like playing this game, but it happens when you're with someone that's not making you feel safe, or okay, here we go. Yeah, but you've learned to walk away when the offer is too small or when someone's too immature here. I also see that there's this Ace of Wands with the Knight of Cups. So there could be an offer, but I want you to watch out for what they are actually offering. Sometimes it's really exciting in the beginning, right? People can be really like putting on their charm in the beginning, and then they end up with like, oh, I have this stick for you. And it's like, oh, you have the stick. I thought you had love, time, energy, and understanding for me, and like, but okay, that's what you have, because this is me. I'm the Queen of Wands. You are the page with your little wand. So I think this coming period is really big for you to learn what you can give and to respect yourself enough to not accept anything less than that, Scorpio. Any advice for Scorpio moving forward? Any advice for Scorpio to remember? Oh my god, that's a lot. The sun. Remember to enjoy the sun, Scorpio. Yeah, so strength with the Six of Pentacles. Here is how I feel. It's like I said. I feel like right now you are practicing giving yourself, like learning to deal with maybe your triggers and making yourself feel safe here, and also being strong enough to set boundaries and not give too much. With the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles is very giving, but you're only supposed to be giving when you have the means for it, but also it should be reciprocated in a relationship. I know it's not always entirely equal exactly all the time, but when you look at the big picture, like, you will see who is the one who is always giving, right? And you have to be strong enough to not give so much, Scorpio. Sometimes that is the issue for people. Some people have it really hard being vulnerable, giving love. But I think you need to learn how to not give so much and reflect before you decide that this person deserves all your time and energy and love here. And here is the introspective energy I was talking about. We have the Hermit. This is all about self-reflection and going deep and finding that light within yourself, and also clearing out all the, I want to say, like, ghosts in the baggage that you have yet to face. And this is happening, like, not a lot of people see this. This is something that happens within yourself. So it's a very internal journey you're going on here, Scorpio. But it's going to be very rewarding for you. And you will feel that eventually you will notice that you don't need to be in a relationship to feel safe or to feel like you are enough. I'm not saying that. I'm just I'm just saying that you may feel that way, like you feel safe in relationships because it's a constant stream of attention and love most of the time. But yeah, here is the, okay, again, 3 of Swords. Yeah, so here is the 7 of Wands with the 7 of Cups, right? It's like I'm getting different messages for this. So like, where do I begin? But firstly, I'd like to say that usually when we don't really see our own behavior that we need to change in relationships for them to really be true, genuine connections, we usually get defensive when someone brings up something that is in our shadow, right? So this is kind of what I feel like is being portrayed here. It's kind of like defending something that you don't even really see, or you don't really know what it is. And this could be both you and the people you've been with, that you've been very defensive of, well, whatever you're bringing up. Like, you could be saying like, I feel like you may be feeling, or you may, oh my god, perhaps you're like, I feel like you are flirting with people when you're doing this and it's making me uncomfortable. And then the other person is like, I'm not flirting, like that, instead of being like, oh really, and explaining themselves and like, okay, so I didn't realize that was making you uncomfortable. I can assure you that I wasn't flirting, instead of being like, you're so stupid. Because it's not productive. It's not productive to be accusational and to be like, you are flirting with people. And it's not productive to be defensive and be like, you are so dumb to think that I'm flirting with other people. There needs to be this like, responsibility on both sides to regulate their emotions and to actually want to look at this side of themselves that they don't really see. And to them, it's an illusion on your part because they can't see it, because it's behind them, like it's in their shadow. So they're like, I'm not doing that. And it's like, yeah, you are, but you're not seeing it. And so this could be something that you're going through right now, Scorpio. Yeah, another thing I want to say is also to protect yourself, protect your energy before giving it to someone that you don't really know yet. I feel like you could have been very fast into relationships in the past, and this is also saying that of course you should be vulnerable down the road, but until you actually know the person, because this is like, who are they? Like, are they nice? Are they able to communicate? Are they safe? And and instead of dropping the guard immediately and just going with the feeling, like you may feel like, this is so nice, like that cup looks so nice, and then it turns out to be that snake. So you're already kind of like protecting yourself by not like latching on to that person and becoming attached and like seeing only the good things in them. Like, figure it out for yourself and like take your time. And the guard it's okay for the guard to be up a little bit. I mean, if you're totally closed off, nothing's gonna ever happen, but like slowly and surely bring it down, instead of like, okay, I trust you now because I had one good feeling of you. Because I know what it's like to want to see the good in people and then being completely let down. So yeah, it's not easier said than done, right? Any last card for Scorpio? Any last card? Okay. The Chariot. So keep moving forward, okay? We do have the Judgment card as well. So there are going to be a lot of realizations. This is a huge part of your spiritual, emotional journey in your life, Scorpio. This is like you just forging ahead. You're finding your way of finding out how to deal with your emotions and triggers so you can be completely whole when you meet the next person, so you don't end up in these patterns. Yeah, I feel like you're going through a huge revelation for yourself. We do have the Ace of Swords too here in the bottom. That's what I'm seeing. Just seeing good things here. So clearing your head, clearing your heart, clearing your soul. And once that work is done, that is when you can experience that true love that you are ultimately searching for and have been trying to find in the past. You've been really, really trying to find someone on your level and someone who loves the same way as you do. And yeah, that's it for today, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.